Alright, as a brief roadmap, first I will rebuild my case from my opponent's attack, then move on to attack my opponent's case and state some voters. While attacking my case, my opponent again stated that there is violence in other countries. Of course, this violence is either random or organized, but to a much smaller extent than what's happening in the Middle East. And this can all be traced back to the fact that the people are oppressed in one way or another. And one way to solve this problem would be to allow them to choose, to give them democracy. My opponent said that if they didn't like the way it was going there, they could choose to leave. But the way things work right now, they do not have the choice to do that. There's control between the borders there, and each state is very independent, and it's all a big mess. And the way to sort this is to allow people to choose what they want to happen. And my opponent continues to throw around that we should respect these people's choices to be governed the way they want. And the way to do that is to allow them to vote on it through democracy. I'll now move on to briefly attack my opponent's case again before stating some voters. My opponent's entire case is based around the morality and human rights of respecting what these people think is correct. But we can't respect what these people think is correct if it's not. This is a very small group of people who's deciding what's going on there. And the efforts to promote democracy in the Middle East would be an effort to allow the people to choose what's going on and not just this small group of individuals who are in charge of these countries. I'll now move on to state some voters. My first voter is that my opponent's value and criteria directly conflicted his case. Both morality and human rights are both ignored by not allowing these people to choose what happens to themselves, and instead allowing these autocratic governments to stay in power. My second contention is that my value of the safety is the highest value in this whole case, because these people should be allowed to live safe, and the way it is right there, they can't, because people are always going to be upset until they can choose what happens to themselves, and the way to do that is through democracy. Because of all these reasons, I see no other option than to vote affirmative for this case. Thank you.